and thrilled to welcome back to my show the one and the only Sid.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Sid. Welcome back. It's been a long time, too long.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. It has been too long. Happy New Year to everybody here.
Happy New Year to you, too. So
Thank you.
I guess maybe we should start. Well, let's take us back for those who don't know about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you've been psychic since you were a little girl, and I'm sure you have some pretty good stories.
Oh, you have no idea. Yes, there's a bunch. I've been a master clairvoyant my whole life. I came in to this lifetime completely open. I can read anybody's life, and that's past, present, or future, and I have a live motion picture about your world, and I describe to you what it is that I see. So I can literally look at you and tell you anything that's going to be happening in your life. I run a 98.7% accuracy. I was tested with the FBI, CIA, and I am 100% clairvoyant.
I'm scared. do people when people meet you, well, they know you or your friends, they go, "Oh God, what is she going to say now?" Or how does that work in your everyday life?
I really feel sorry for my friends. I really do. I feel sorry for them because they're like, "Oh my God, what is going to come out of her mouth right now?" And the funny thing about it is that I'm a Sid as a friend, but all of a sudden something comes out of my mouth and they'll look at me and they're like, "Did you mean that as a person, or did you mean it as the psychic person?"
Has anyone ever come back to you and said, "Why did you tell me that?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
But this is a gift that you were given. And you use it to help so many people. I mean, ordinary people, and of course with the FBI and so many stories that you've covered.
You know, I looked at it when I was a young child that the only thing that I want to do is help people understand. So many people go through life in fear. They're afraid of their own self. They're afraid of what their life's going to happen and not happen. And I'm here to teach people that it's all going to be okay. That it actually really is okay. We can go through some hard things. Some people go through horrific events. And believe it or not, it is really designed for it to be okay in the end. I mean, some people, their children are murdered or horrible, deaths or rapes or whatever it is. And I know that sounds horrible. It sounds weird. But when a horrible event like that happens, it evolves our soul. It makes our soul become more enlightened. And so those events are really purposed in our life for us to evolve and for us to be able to learn that it is okay, that you're going to be fine. And so I want to just help people have an understanding about their life, about what's coming into their life, so that even if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, if it's a bad event, I want to be able to teach you why it's going to happen, what you can do about it, and how the best way for you to go through it, and why it's actually in your life, why those events are going to take place, so that you're going to learn something about yourself and about the other people. It's a connection. We're all the same.
I think one of the things that I think touched all of us, I mean, it couldn't not, was the travesty and the devastation in Newtown. What can we learn from that situation from your perspective?
I will tell you what, my heart goes out to all of the community, and I've said it, all the time on my website and stuff like that. Prayers and blessings to you all. It is such a horrific event, and what they'll notice in the whole community is that the community starts coming together. People will start being nicer to each other. People will embrace each other. Perfect strangers on the street, you'll say hi to them. It becomes a oneness, and it brings everybody together because they're all grieving at the same thing, and they're all connected. So events like that, huge tragedies like that, actually bring goodness out in people. You'll have an overwhelming display of love and understanding and mourning, and people just pour their love out to you. And it's really sad when it takes an event like that to bring out love in people's life. It makes you recognize, life is really short. We all need to embrace each other. We all need to help each other. We're all in this together. So it serves as a oneness. It brings people connected, and it's amazing. I'm sure there's many, many, many stories of, people, the outpouring and the outreach of communities and people in other states and people in other countries. They'll give their heart. They'll do anything that they can do to help people. And that's what it's really based on.
A couple days after it happened in Newtown, I went down there, not as a host or a reporter or anything, just as a mom. And I have to say, the love for all the sadness that was in that town. I mean, the deep,
huge love.
There was so much love. That's what I said. I walked away saying, I walked there and there was so much peace and love. It was unbelievable.
Well, and I actually went to Columbine High School, and we were a part of the Columbine shooting, and I lived in the Columbine area at that time too, and I did counseling for 2 years, with the kids and the survivors of the families, and we, for 2 years afterwards, you would see just outreach and outpouring of just love and generosity and kindness because of, children killing children.
Right.
It's horrific.
Horrific. There's nothing
It's
more.
horrific. There's nothing like it. Yep.
If you just I'm talking to Sid, widely considered the most gifted and talented clairvoyants of our time. You can go on Sid's website, www.sidcircle.com. That's CYD, sidcircle.com, or you can call 917-856-9988. Sid is in New York City till Monday night, Sid?
I'm until the 5th, and then I'm headed to Boston. I'll be in Boston the 5th through the 10th.
But Sid can always do readings over the phone. It's
phone?
just as good because she knows everything. So Sid, you said that. Tell us about 2013. You said it has so much good energy around it, unlike the past years, which makes me so happy.
2012 was rough for everybody. It was really just a rough year with all kinds of chaos and stuff. 2013, the thing that I really like about this year is that for the next 30 years, if you make really strong, sound commitments in your life, I'm talking purposed commitment, not halfway committed, but very divine purpose commitment to your life, the goals and the things that you will set and the purpose that you will have will carry you for the next 30 years. It's setting you up for 30 years of success. You're going to see people getting married. You're going to see people starting new businesses, new careers. It literally launches every single aspect of your life where people have been piecing together a lot of their life. For the past 10 years, people bring a piece into it, but they might have a good career, but they don't have a good relationship, or they might have a great relationship, and they don't have a good career, something like that. Whatever that is, it's in pieces. This year, it aligns everybody.
Everybody.
And it aligns everybody to to have that destiny for the next 30 years. It's a very, very powerful time. So let people let people know that if you make commitments, they will last, and they will be very, very, very good this year. So choose wisely, stay committed, stay focused. And everything, it's kind of like a domino effect. You put all your dominoes up and you push one over, everything starts aligning. It's going to be a very fantastic year for people.
I think you just made everybody's day who's listening. So we're gonna spread that word out there. If you just I'm talking to Sid, widely considered the most gifted and talented clairvoyants of our time. Sid's gonna come back for the next segment, and she's gonna do maybe a little bit of reading on me, but we have 2 people in studio who she's gonna read, and we're gonna see how it works. www.sidcircle.com, or you can call 917-856-9988. Sid, we'll be right back with more of you.
Yay!
One of the most gifted and talented clairvoyants of our time. I always love having you on, Sid.
Oh, I love being on. I'm so glad I get to come back all the time.
Can I have you on every week? Because you just
Absolutely.
make the world a better place. Seriously.
Bless your heart. Absolutely. Any day you want me on, I will be happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. So we have 2 lovely ladies in the studio that you're going to do some readings on. One of them is PJ, and the other one is Wendy. We'll start with PJ. So PJ, meet Sid.
Hi, Sid.
Hi, PJ. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. So what would you like to know?
Well, you probably get asked this a lot. I want to know a little bit.
No idea.
Oh, I do. I'm trying to think of, I'm kind of in a stalemate with my relationship right now. I just want to know, am I going to be moving in a positive direction with it, or in a new direction, or what does 2013 hold for me as far as my love life goes?
Whoever you're with now, you're not going to be with anymore. I think it's pretty much said and done. And if you really look at yourself, just to be really blatantly honest with you, you're not getting all your needs met, and you keep desiring more and more and more, and you keep working on this relationship, and you keep working towards having something better. But training in this relationship isn't really going to be helping you. Okay, so really stick clear. Again, we talked in 2013 about making strong commitments for yourself. You really want to be in a soulmate relationship. You want to be married. You want to be really clear about having a wonderful husband and a wonderful life together, somebody that's your partner, somebody that understands your needs. You're a very sensitive girl, honey. You're very powerful and playful, and you need happiness. You need to be playful. You need to have a guy that likes to go do things with you. You like to go do things. You're a social person also. So by you being social, you want to be able to be together with someone. You also think in the terms of we, us, our. And the people that you've been involved with actually think in the terms of I, me, and you. So you need a guy that thinks in the terms us. How are we doing our life together? And the person that I see that's coming in for you, it looks like early August, like right around late July, early August is when it happens for you. But you have to get out of this relationship first, obviously, because you don't cheat. So you have to get out of this relationship, but have an understanding about that you have to have everything that you've been looking for. Okay? And when you make a commitment to that, it's going to turn out very, very, very good. And the one that I see for you, again, playful, laughing. I know that you have a seriousness about relationships too. You think commitment means serious. Commitment doesn't mean serious, and it doesn't mean work. It means something that fits us, something that looks good upon us, that becomes effortless. Instead of you doing all the teaching and all the work, you have to start looking for something that's easy and fun, like a best friend. Okay, that way you'll get the romance, you'll get somebody that understands you, and believe it or not, one of the biggest issues in your relationships is that the people that you've been with don't listen to you. You like to talk. You like to have communication. But if somebody's not listening to what you're actually really, truly saying, then it becomes a disconnect. Okay? So does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
You know that happens, right?
Absolutely. You're dead on.
I know her, Sid, and you're dead on. I have to say, if you just tuned in, I'm talking to Sid, Master Clairvoyant. Her website, www.sidcircle.com, or you can call 917-856-9988. You will not regret having a reading with Sid. PJ, you had one more question?
One more quick question, Sid. I have an 8.5-year-old son that has autism. What do you see as far as 2013 holds for him?
Are you looking for new schools and new doctors and stuff for him?
I'm in the process, yes.
Yeah. What you're gonna find a woman actually that does really, really, really well with him, and you will see him start to advance and to change and to start doing so much better. One of the things that call me actually instead, anybody that's listening out there, there's a wonderful man called Master Stephen Coe. And he's my master, and he does pranic healing. And one of the things, and go onto his website, pranichealing.com, PRANIC healing.com.
Got it.
And he's got any child or any parent out there that has autistic children or Down syndrome, anything that's going on with their brain that they're functioning not correctly. He has got some stuff called super brain yoga. It's actually different techniques that activate the center meridian point of the brain, so that the brain starts activating correctly. Oh. And autism means that one part of the brain is not functioning compared to the other part of the brain, so it doesn't overlap. So they don't simultaneously, the lobes of the brain don't work correctly. And the super brain yoga starts getting that meridian, that inline meridian point, to be able to have both lobes actually working correctly.
Okay,
thank you
so much. She's
going
to check into that. Thank you, Sid. Okay, Up next is Wendy. Same name as me.
Hi, Sid. How are you? Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Wendy. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and I actually thought you were talking to me when you were talking to PJ about the relationship. I've had a lot of conflict in my life, and just looking.
You know what, honey? Let me interrupt you. I apologize. You have had a very hard life, and one of the things that and my heart goes out to you. It's not that your life has been tragic. It's just been difficult. And one of the reasons that it is because you do have such a very wonderful giving soul. Mm. But you always collect people that need a lot of help.
Yes.
Okay? Which is great, except for maybe you make a commitment this year that it's nice to help others and to assist others helping themselves, but you don't have to take it on. You don't have to teach them. You don't have to bring in for yourself, all of their problems. So help them help themselves. Also, when it comes to relationships, you're just such a giving person. You need to have somebody that loves like you do. A man that stands up and says, honey, how can I be your husband? How can I help you today? You're the one doing all the... And you have a tendency to be a little bit of a doormat when it comes to relationships, too, because you truly think that sacrifice, that you should do anything for a relationship. And let me switch your mind thought about that. You should do everything for the person that does everything like you, okay? You just need someone that loves and has devotion like you do. You need a twin. You need somebody that mirrors you instead of you doing everything for them. Okay, you're not getting anything back in return for relationships. They just keep taking and taking and taking. So with you, you need, and the guy that I see for you, he's not real tall. He's maybe about 5'10". He's got beautiful blue eyes. He's a little bit, you know how, like, not fat, but you know how people are a little bit more stockier. They're really slender.
They're just healthy, very healthy.
No. He's got broad shoulders and a broad chest. He's not heavy set. He's all man, and he is gentle, and he is kind, and he's spiritual. And one of the things you're going to do this year is you're really starting to get connected to your spirituality.
Absolutely.
It's going to become, it's getting really important for you. And have that devotion. And you need a man that's as, quote-unquote, Christian-minded as you are, as religious-minded as you are. And I see you guys going to church together. I see you guys I see you guys praying together, that you're sitting down and you're praying together. And that's the thing that out of anything that I can tell you about him at all, that's what you need. That's what you're missing. You're missing a man
Sid,
that is so soulfully connected to you.
Thank you
the
so much.
The girls' eyes are like
going.
popping out of their head. www.sidcircle.com. Call Sid 917-856-9988. Sid's going to be right back for the next 2 minutes with us right after this break. We'll be right back with Wendy on the Business Talk Radio Network. Jean Benedict will bring her on another time. We're going to keep with Carrie Glassman later in the segment, but we had to stay with Sid because she's got so much more to say. But before we go back to Sid, I just want to say next week I get to sit down with the very handsome Tate Donovan. He stars in NBC's Deception. He's currently in Ben Affleck's film Argo. I'm so excited to sit down with him. Okay, Sid, we had to bring you back. We can't let you go. We have so much more to talk about.
I love you guys. Thanks.
I swear, the girls are sitting here. Their eyes are like wide open. They're like, how does she know everything?
I'm a little psychic.
You're just a little. www.sidcircle.com, phone number 917-856-9988. I assume people call you all day long, 24 hours a day, Sid.
You know what? If I could turn off my cell phone and never let them call me, they would call at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Sid, I had this really big dire emergency. Okay, what is your emergency? Well, my partner didn't call me.
They call you for everything.
Everything. Absolutely. Oh. And I'm just so blessed to help them. I just really want people to have an understanding about their life, and that's why I came here to be in this lifetime, is just to serve and to help people. So it's always an honor, always a blessing for me to be able to do my work here.
It really is a gift. Okay, so do you want to go back to PJ, Wendy, or do you want to talk a little bit about Wendy? What's up?
Well, why don't we talk about Wendy?
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Me, the host. What's up with Wendy? Bob's like, which Wendy?
What's up with Wendy?
Oh, my.
How Christian would you like me to get, Wendy?
Oh, gosh, I don't really know. Just, remember. I don't know. Go ahead. Okay, I've got no secrets.
Okay, who's the new man?
Oh, God, I wish there was.
Oh, you haven't met him yet?
I guess, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, my. Oh, no, honey, he's around you now.
Oh, really?
You haven't just now, like recently, this last week?
I wish I could say, but no.
Oh, well, you're going to.
Uh-oh. This seems like it's going to happen fast.
No, it's like right now. Right now. And I hear 2 weeks. So he's, and I've told you about this guy before. I know that I've told you personally, off the air about this guy. He's coming into your life now, like immediately now. So you call me within the next 2 weeks and go, Sid, this is his name. This is how I met him. Fantastic relationship for you. It's going to be fun.
Oh my God, I could use them. I have to say, I could. You know, it's funny that you say that because it wasn't until probably the first year, and PJ, my friend, is my witness. I said, I think I'm ready. You know, I hadn't been ready, and I said, and I'm just going to say this now that we're nationally syndicated, we're on there. I said, I think I'm ready now. You know, I think I think I'm at the place in my life with my children. I think I'm ready to start dating, but I haven't said that publicly. This is the first time I'm actually saying it publicly. So thank you, Sid.
Yeah, well, and I think you are ready. I think you've done the work that you needed to do. And, you know, sometimes when we're getting over past relationships, we have a tendency to bring those ideas of the relationships, you know, in our life, and it takes us a while to get rid of those because they've been, you know, ingrained in us for such a long period of time. And I think you're now, Wendy, looking at life in a little bit different way and relationships in a little bit different way. And I think you're looking for something fresh, something new, something very different than you've ever had before and that you've ever even recognized in yourself before. So for you, a relationship needs to go slow, though. Even though the guy that I see that's coming into life, and I'm telling you immediately, very, very, very quickly, he's around you now. So when you meet him, it's going to feel very overwhelming. It's going to feel like things are moving so fast and so quickly. But it's okay to have the connection quick. But then I see you taking some time. I see you looking at your life and saying, you know, I want to do this the right way. I want to know everything that I'm getting into. I want to know a lot about him. I need him to know about me. And so you're going to take your time learning about each other. And that's the one thing that you failed to do in past relationships is because you get caught up in the I am in love, but then you learn about them after you've already committed to the relationship. This time, you're going to take your time and say, you know what, I want to see how this fits. I want to see how this fits in my life. I want to see how this supports me, this supports my family, how you can be a support and your family and your children can be a support to his life also. So one of the things that I want you to recognize is that you keep looking for a piece that fits you. But notice when you meet him that you and your children, your family, and who you are also the piece that he's missing. You have to recognize you are the piece that he's missing also. So it comes together in such a full way. You're missing what he has for you. He's missing what you have for him. And it would be natural. Instead of trying to, you know how like you tried to fit your relationship into the idea of what you wanted before?
Well, I think that was my marriage many moons ago.
It was your marriage. Yeah, it really was. But you kept trying to fit it, you know, and it's kind of like a square peg in a round hole that keeps trying to, you know, you keep trying to move it this way and trying to move it that way so it could fit into your idea of what you wanted. And no matter what you did, it didn't fit into that idea. No matter how much you changed, no matter how much you tried, it was always clunky. It just didn't fit. This one is going to be much more effortless. It's kind of like, oh my God, this is the pair of shoes that I've been looking for my whole entire life, and they're right here, and they're on sale.
Wow. Wow. I like how you said that. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to try to fit in it, and it doesn't have to try to fit in you and your idea, and you're going to have a fresh idea, so you're going to be thinking to yourself, I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm not sure what this is supposed to look like. And you won't care what it's supposed to look like because the relationship itself has its own identity. It has its own energy. It has its own way of being. So you'll adapt very easy to what it's supposed to be. You guys will have, you like to talk, Wendy, and that's why you're on the radio. But but you like to talk in communication in your relationships, and you need to be able to have somebody that communicates back with you all the time. So that's the one thing that you've missed, is that you didn't have great communication in your old relationship. But this time, he likes to talk just as much as you do. Okay, so you guys will sit down and talk for hours and hours and hours with tons to say or nothing to say, and you just keep talking. And that's going to be the connection that really, really, really gets you, because you like to talk. You like to talk things out.
Yeah, it's interesting, Sid, because I've kept everything on the burner because I just raised my kids. It's just me and my kids. So I've pushed this off for a long time, so we'll see what happens, and then I'm going to call you back.
And tell me how hot he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be handsome, too?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding? Well, why would you go with a non-handsome man?
It's not supposed to be about the looks now, Sid, right?
Well, but it's a whole package.
Yeah.
You can. Some people can be very pretty on the outside and very empty on the inside.
Right.
And so the only thing that they do have is looks. But like I said, the thing that's going to attract you to him the most is your conversation. You might be a hottie, the conversation is what you're really going to fall in love with. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sid, for that. Well, listen,
You're welcome.
I'll be calling you back. You'll be coming back on, and we'll recap this piece of the interview, and we'll go back to that. Let's go back to Wendy for a little bit, who's in the studio, and PJ for a little bit.
Hi, Sid. How are you?
I am good, Wendy.
You know what I wanted to just touch on? I've got my own business, Scott, if you only knew what I did. And I've got piecemeal and everything, but I've been having dreams lately where I dream vivid, dream in color, in motion. I wake up exhausted, but I'm blind. I see everything in my dreams, and when I go to reach to touch it, I can't find it, but yet at the same time, I can see through my eyelids.
Okay.
I don't know
it's prophetic dreaming. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just prophetic dreaming. And the difference, everybody out there says that you can understand the difference between prophetic dreaming and actual dream, just dreaming. Dreams are sporadic. Different things come in. All of a sudden you can be in a room, and then all of a sudden you're out in the woods, and, it's random. Just random things, and it changes and changes and changes. When you have a prophetic dream, it's so real, and it can only last sometimes for 3 seconds, but you get so much information, and it's a section. It's just like a motion picture. You're live. Sometimes you can smell. Sometimes you can feel it. So, but you're viewing it. Okay, You're not in it. You're viewing it. That's the difference. Okay, so prophetic means you're viewing it. You're seeing it as it's supposed to be happening. Okay, and reoccurring dreams are always prophetic too. So, like if I had, and that's not how I usually get my information because I'm just a master clairvoyant. But so I don't need to get it through dreams. Some people do need to get information through dreams because they don't have, their body's not completely open.
Okay.
So if you have a dream like 3 nights in a row, every single time I've dreamt the same dream, and it's the same dream, not a version of the dream, the same dream 3 nights in a row, it happens. So,
wow.
So be aware of that too. So don't dissect the dream itself. Don't try to hold on to the dream. It's just information going into your subconscious.
Thank you.
And then your whole life can move from that.
Do you see anything with business?
www.sidcircle.com, 917-856-998. Sid, I just want to tell you, you are wonderful. No wonder you're widely considered the most gifted and talented clairvoyant. And I have to say, my BlackBerry is going off the hook. My friends are all calling and say, who are you meeting? They're so excited.
Yay, absolutely. You know what, everybody, you're all welcome. I do readings over the phone, obviously. So go ahead, go to my website, get yourself booked up on some sessions with me, and, let me help you out.
Well, we look forward, 917-856-9988. Sid, we're going to have you back on. Thank you so much, Sid. Thanks for joining me.